We hadn't talked to you since draft night.
Yeah, it's
Come on
been a
in.
minute.
Has been a minute.
And we live.
Where's the one guy? All right. Coming to you live from the Sit Your Ass Down studios. It's the Me and D Monday Night NFL Wrap-Up Show. We are kicking off the 2024 season. I'm your host, David Johnson, along with
DJ Dave Jr.
Dre's back in the house. Let's go.
in the house. Let's go. Who else we got?
Hey, he's back.
It's the kid.
Another year. The kid is back.
CC.
Let's go, Corey
Great.
Carr.
Let's go.
All right. We got the gang all here.
Back in the building.
Mhm.
It's
Heck
a
yeah.
who you got. Ravens Chiefs opening night. D, who you got? Let's get some predictions. We
jump
coming
right
out
into
hard.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
swinging.
Coming out
Right
swinging.
into it.
Haymakers thrown.
Two
Yes,
people
sir.
And no
and
wing
biscuits.
ain't even gonna set it up or nothing.
No, sir.
That's a good question. I don't know. See, it's two different things. I'm rooting for the Ravens, who I think is
Okay.
gonna win.
Who
Where's
you
that?
putting money on?
It's in Kansas City.
You
got
who you
$100?
putting it on?
Your last 100.
What?
Your last
ain't-
100.
I ain't
You got to
doing too
make it
good.
work.
You in a bad
Wait,
way
You
with
wanna
some bad
pull-
people.
You might want to pull 99 of them back
Oh, me.
and
Shit.
bet the $1.
I'm about to flip that if my
That's
last 100.
For real.
Now you got 320. Flip
Right.
that.
I'm gonna go. Dang, it's tough to say. I'm just gonna say the Ravens get their rematch. They get their
Okay.
backs for the
Yeah.
AFC
Dre,
Championship.
who you say wins this ball game?
See, like Dave said, with the Ravens and stuff, I feel like they're going to be hungry. They're going to be more coached up, on what they could have done better during the AFC title game. But honestly, I think Patrick Mahomes is also going to be hungry, if not hungrier.
They got a nice squad.
And Andy Reid is going to have every answer for the Ravens. That's the difference. Are the Ravens going to have every answer for the Chiefs? Probably not. The Chiefs are going to definitely come out there swinging. Is Taylor Swift going to be in the building? That's another
That's
thing.
another question. Are they
That's
getting
interesting.
engaged?
I don't know if she's
Which I
still
assume.
on tour or not.
Either way, I'm going to go Chiefs.
Chiefs.
CC.
Yeah, I mean, it is tough, but I'm going to have to go with the Ravens. I mean, look at it last year for sure. The Chiefs have been getting off to a slow start. A lot of young guys that they're trying to fit in. Travis Kelce, normally he's getting older. It's going to take him a while to really get going. Lamar, we already know Lamar, I don't think this stuff's getting to him. I think he's going to come in ready. They know what they need to do. They had a game plan. I think they've been looking forward to this day since the AFC Championship. They've known
I say they just give it to
this is
Derrick
coming.
Henry.
They don't have J.K. Dobbins. I thought he was with the.
No,
they
he
still
got
have him?
traded, but
Last
when they
year.
played, they
Mhm.
did.
The
Mhm.
Broncos
That's
guy
true.
wasn't-
Exactly. So I don't know. I'm going to go with the Ravens. I think they're going to be prepared, and they might catch the Chiefs sleeping. I'm not saying that they're going to be bad this year, but they might catch them.
All right. I'm like D. I want the Ravens to win. I just have a feeling that somehow, some way in a close ball game, like a 16-13 or a 19-16, somewhere around in there, I see the Chiefs pulling this game out. The one thing you have to factor is they get the rings that night or the championship banner
I forgot
goes
about
up
that.
and fans have been tailgating all day. It
As
makes for a
hell.
long day and a long night, so you might catch them sleeping, but I got a feeling in a close one, the Chiefs will come away with it. Nonetheless, we got football,
We got
opening
football.
night.
Yes,
That
sir.
stadium's going to be loud, man.
That
So
stadium's
that's
going to be off the chain.
That's going to be another factor that due to Lamar, I'm sure
I wish
Henry
he were
could
going.
compose himself, but man, that's going to be
Right.
I'm going to have
intense.
the
It'll be
best
pretty
seat in the
crazy one to
house
go
at
to.
home.
That would be a lit one.
It would be a nice one to go to, but
Couple
just for
hours.
all you have to go through to make that happen, I'd rather watch
Yeah.
it right here in the comfort of my own home.
I'm telling you, the
The
surround
weather would
sound
be nice,
hits
too.
just as good.
Yeah, and I can have all the drinks I want. I don't have to drive.
Ain't paying.
What's the one storyline
$200.
that each of you are watching closely with your team? So, D, you're a Falcons fan. Dre, you're a Tampa Bay fan. CC,
Mhm.
you're a Saints fan. We all know I'm a
Mhm.
Niners fan. Give me that one. It can only be one, D. What's that one storyline that you're watching closely with your team?
They got us favored to win the NFC South, so I just want to see.
Can you
actually
live
close
up
out
to
a
the
full-
expectations?
Can we live up to the expectations
Okay.
and actually have a winning season?
That would be helpful, wouldn't it?
It started
A
right
lot of
there.
times in that
You know what I'm
too.
saying?
Is Kirk
NFC
gonna come
South, if
out?
you have a winning record,
There's multiple storylines, but if I had you just one, can we just live up to the expectations?
We signed a lot of people back, so there's no locker room controversies or anything like how Cincinnati's going through or the Cowboys were going through previously. But I think one that was lingering from last year would be if Chris Godwin can come back and be as explosive as he once was. Last year, we had a lot of young guys filling the void of what he was usually doing. Mike Evans, he's going to do what he's going to do, but Godwin wasn't as explosive and stuff as he normally was. So hopefully this year he can get that going. Another one would just be Baker being healthy the whole season. They haven't really been talking about that, but that's one that I would
Baker.
be focusing on.
the Baker, he got his
you know,
money.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
see
he
if
got
he
it.
can live up
Just
to the
give me
bag. CC,
money.
Godwin don't matter.
what's that storyline you're looking at with your Saints?
We're on the edge of having a great season, or it could fall apart. The Buccaneers and Atlanta, they're probably in the same boat, the
Oh,
whole
that's-
conference. But really, I guess
That's
it's
funny.
whether or not there's a couple things. Whether or not Derek Carr is the answer. Whether or not Dennis Allen can keep control of this team and lead us to a winning record again. Because if not, I think he's done. I think they're going to strip this whole organization down to its bones.
No meat left on the
No
bone.
Add
meat.
to
No
that
meat.
bone.
We
on
ain't
the
got
bone.
we ain't got no meat right now. It's old meat right now. That's all we get. What's going on with Kamara? Because I've heard a lot of things, whether or not he's going to stay, if he'll play a couple games for us and get traded.
We
What's
get
going
one
on with him?
storyline. You can't cheat. One compelling thing for me with the Niners is whether they can finally get over the hump.
Can Shanahan win a Super Bowl?
I know they're going to have a decent record, but can he get them over the hump, whether it's Kansas City or whomever? Obviously, you got to get there, but can he do it? If I were him, I'd have some doubts whether I could really lead a team to a championship because he's had multiple opportunities to do so
Been at
as
the
a
big
coordinator,
dance,
as a
I'm about to
head
say.
coach, and he's wet the bed every time. Can you do it, Kyle?
Might have shit it,
That's
too.
my storyline. What'd you say?
I said he might have shit it too. He went
More
to
than
bed.
wet.
He joined you and took a dump on the man.
Right, he took a dump on that motherfucker.
For a reference point, y'all got to listen to the Me and D
Go back.
session 119. He was dumping on folks.
Go back in time.
I don't get
It's a
mad.
good
I
listen.
get
Yeah.
even.
He said he
It's a
gets
good watch.
even. And then what's the one storyline that you're watching closely around the league? So, D, around the league, what are you looking at as a main storyline that you want to focus on?
Dang, let's see. Probably be
When we
that's
come
a
back
tough
to
one.
you,
Yeah, but outside of really my team, I really don't give a damn. But that's a good question because I haven't really thought about it. First thing probably comes to mind if Kansas City gonna win another championship, can someone stop Kansas City? I think that's
Right.
the biggest narrative.
folks
Just be
got
like,
them winning. A lot of
can-
folks got them going
can
back to
someone
back
beat
to back.
Kansas City, please?
And thank you.
And thank you. Can we get someone else in the Super Bowl? And
I
can
think so.
do these other quarterbacks, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, can take the forefront?
Maybe.
Aaron Rodgers and some other quarterback can take the attention
really.
and be the guy.
Yeah.
But he can't win every year.
I hate that me and D had this conversation before. It's very hard to stay healthy year after year. And I'll just leave it at that. I don't want anybody to say,
Yep.
oh, you jinxed our quarterback.
Right, he got a voodoo dog, Patty
You
Mahomes.
suffer with something at some
That's funny.
point, whether it's 3
Speaking of
games,
that,
4
I think
games.
the Raiders actually had a voodoo doll. Did you guys hear that story? They had
Mm-mm.
a voodoo Kermit the Frog they were passing around.
Oh,
this
I did
past
see
season.
Oh,
that. No, was that the
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
the Raiders? Yeah.
He does have that
The
voice.
Raiders,
Yeah.
And they're like, you guys haven't been in contention for anything. Gosh,
Since
you know.
John Madden. Well, didn't they go to the Super Bowl? Was it
Tom
Bowl or-
Flores led them. I know they won
2002?
back in 80. They won back in 81. And I know they won 84, 83, 84 when they beat the Redskins. Marcus Allen ran up and down on them.
I remember Marcus.
I think that's
Definitely
the last
don't
one
have
they won when Marcus ran all over them. Yeah.
It's been a minute.
And then remember
That's
they lost
crazy.
to Tampa.
30 years.
Yeah,
The year,
Tampa like
That was
2002.
02 then.
Yeah,
Yep.
Gruden came in and took
Yeah.
Tony Dungy's team and won with it. So anyway, Dre, what's your one storyline for the league that you're looking at?
I would say, at least for me, even after watching Hard Knocks, are the Bears against Caleb
good one.
Williams
Yep.
going to live
That's a
up
good
to
one.
the hype?
Yep.
That
Yeah.
one's been lingering the most, but there's a couple other ones.
Okay.
Well, that's a
My
big
son.
one.
That is a good one.
I think for me, and we've alluded to it in our chat, the Dak Prescott situation. They paid CD
Dak.
last week. we're creeping up on the season. What are they going to do? Are they going to
Yeah.
wait till later to offer him?
Free agency.
What is he going to
Dak
do? Is he
gonna
going to
be a
move
free-
on, look for trade offers?
Well, no, he does. He has a no
Mhm.
trade clause in his
Yeah,
contract.
can't trade him.
So he has to pick.
I mean,
So
And they
I don't
can't
know.
franchise him. Dak's going to be a free
Exactly.
agent. It's Tuesday.
Sounds like they're going to spend a lot of money.
I don't think Jerry wants him for a long-term deal. If he wants to do the $60 million, it's going to be like, okay, I'll do that for 1 year. Then you got to get the hell out of here. I feel like
50.
Jerry just don't
That's
want
what I
to.
get.
I don't think Dak would sign a 1-year deal, though. Betting on
He ain't
himself right now,
it-
I think he's going to be a free agent. I think he's going to have another team next year. My storyline is, someone mentioned it, can Aaron Rodgers bounce back? Can he be the quarterback that we thought he was going to be a year ago? Before 4 plays in, he suffers the Achilles. The rest has been history. I don't know why he didn't take more flack for not being with the team when he went to Egypt and
Mhm.
then he turned around and went to the darkness. And I don't understand. It's not like he's really focused on football, but maybe he'll prove us wrong. So we shall see. My next question for the group, are the wide receiver salaries getting out of control? 'Cause I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Shoot. It's too much. I ain't hating. I'm not saying this as far as I ain't mad at it or something like that. I'm not messed up any type of way. But a lot of these contracts is getting out of hand. I think the value of the market's kind of messed up from a quarterback standpoint.
Quarterback,
Sure.
certainly.
Receivers is not too bad.
I'm
It
not
don't
hating
bother
on
me either
anybody
way.
who can get paid.
The Spurs, you still got some good running backs who deserve to get paid, and they can't.
Let's compare.
The scraps, yeah, the spare change, whatever's left over. Okay, we'll just give $12 million to the running back. It's like, dang.
I think it should be year by year. Each team has the same amount of money, but I think you should be able to decide, okay, this year, this particular year, we're going to put the money on the linebackers. And it's based off numbers. If you make it to the playoffs and you can make, X amount. I think the union, the Players Association, they need to bargain for slots instead of, like you say, so top heavy with the quarterback getting, what is that percent? Is it like 20-some% of the salary cap? All that going into one person, not one group.
They are
one
a focal
person.
point of the whole,
It's not for no
the
reason.
whole thing. But at the same time, like you said, I feel like it should be performance based. If some of these other positions feel like they are bringing a lot to the table, but they're not being incentivized adequately, then that's a problem. That's when you start bringing frustrations and problems in the locker room.
And that's when you start losing key pieces. That's why you can't keep a team together for longer than 3 to 5 years because people get pissed off. I'll just go for the money. I'll go for the security and not so much the championships.
Especially when you're not winning. That's what really it comes into play. You're like, okay, well, we ain't winning, so ain't no point of, I'm not getting paid. We not winning. What am I
Right.
doing?
I think eventually
Right.
the market corrects itself. Sooner or later, there'll be that threshold where we've paid this guy too much and teams will start to fall because of it. There'll be a shift and a change to where one team, or even right now, a lot of running backs. The amount of kids that want to be running backs right now is drastically decreased from the early 2000s just because they're not getting paid as much. So
They
why would I
see,
go
they
into
see
college?
there's
Why
no
would I
money.
spend- But
Right.
now, in 5 years, there's not that many running backs. So you have a very small pool, then it'll switch. Then the market will shift. Now running backs are the hot commodity because there's not that many out there. Right now, there's a bunch. They can come in from college. They can be productive right out the gate, so you don't really have to pay them that much. Whereas receivers, the market's starting to get crowded, but for the longest time, they've been the team winners. So you haven't been that many. There's been 1 or 2 great ones on the team, and you got to pay that guy if you want to win.
And that's
Yeah.
why I say it's got to be more consistent across
Yep.
the board. They take the most punishment. And there's
I know.
from an offensive standpoint, I guess offensive linemen too. They take quite a
The
bit.
Running
running
backs,
backs.
running
Running
backs
backs.
compared to
Pass,
receivers,
pass,
Yeah.
block,
That's why you don't wanna
and
pay 'em
just
as well.
run through the-
the wear and tear.
Yeah,
The wear and tear, but that's why you should compensate me for taking all these hits. I'm in a train or a car wreck every play. I need to be compensated for that.
Deals should be bigger. Sorry.
The part 2 to the question is, should the Bengals pay Jamar Chase, even though he has 2 years left on his rookie deal? The dude's making $1 million, and like that's not a lot of money, but comparatively speaking, all his counterparts are under 30 million. He's one of the best receivers in the game. So should they break the routine and pay him now, or should he wait another year?
How much are they paying Burrow? What was his contract?
was like
53 to 55?
They're
bluff,
cheap
and they
on
were
running
like,
backs
"You can
right now
call it."
too, aren't
Right.
they? They just got Zach Moss.
He's not worth it compared because he
He's
is
worth
one of the
it.
top receivers in the game.
Oh, he's worth it.
Shit,
He's got 2 years left. You said?
Yeah, he's got 2
Maybe-
years now. These other guys, IU,
might
CD,
have to
they had
remind
1
me.
year left.
You
Mm-hmm.
might have to remind me because he was hurt last year.
Jabbar.
He played 16 games.
He was
He
good.
did?
He was
Yeah.
a top 10
Oh, it was
in
the year
one
before.
year.
It was the year
Top-
before.
Was it the year
He had
before?
a slight injury. Yeah, it was a year
What was his-
before. I think
oh,
he
Burrow
missed
was
a
hurt.
bunch
That's
of
what it
games.
was.
Yeah,
Burrow
Burrow
was
was hurt.
That's
Yeah.
why his production wasn't
Burrow,
like that.
5 years.
Let me remind me one more year. Let me see
275 million.
Burrow and Chase
Yeah.
this year, and just remind
That's
me.
what I
Then you
think.
can get your bag. But
I think he's fine with that
what you.
too. I think he's fine with waiting.
Huh?
I don't think he doesn't seem to
As far as
be
production,
too bothered
No,
with waiting.
he's been holding
I'm
in.
about to say he hasn't
Yeah.
showed up for anything. He's might
Yeah,
not
he
be
hasn't showed up
if
for
you drafted
anything.
him.
So he's
So
not
really?
fine with waiting.
Jamar
If you
Chase.
draft
He wants
him,
his
he
money
might not-
now.
he's
That's
not
the
gonna
whole
play this
point.
week, man.
oh, so they're
He's
chasing
gonna
him.
play, man. He's gonna play. You wouldn't sit
Oh, he-
out.
They
I've been
said
lit.
if he's going to play Sunday, then he would need to report and
By
actually
Tuesday.
practice by Tuesday.
I'm
So
telling you.
tomorrow determines a whole lot
Gosh.
in terms of what happens. He's not going to play that first game.
If he played good this season, he would get more money than if he sat out and got a contract next season. If he played versus not played, you're going to get more next season. Why wouldn't you
So
play?
you're saying do like Dak, bet on yourself and
Yeah.
show up and play, show
Yeah.
up and show out.
He's
I
obviously
totally
good.
agree with you. He wants to force their hand.
They're not known for giving out money.
They're
Them.
one of the
They would-
stingiest,
I'm telling you.
cheapest
Yeah,
franchises in the history of the game.
He said T.
So,
Higgins
I mean-
got the 1 year, $21 million deal. So next year he might be, depending on how he play, a team's going to be wanting him regardless.
I would wait.
Because he's
So
on the
play it,
lower end of the pay
look
scale.
good.
Moving along, fellas, those are all the questions for this first episode. So now we get to put it on wax. We already talked about the Ravens and the Chiefs. September 6th, that is a Friday. You got Packers and Eagles. That's the game in Mexico, right?
Mexico.
Mexico.
Brazil.
Oh, Brazil.
Yeah,
Brazil,
they
Brazil.
can't wear green.
Or is it Brazil? Is it
Yeah, they
Brazil?
can't wear. It's Brazil because they said
Okay.
they can't wear green or something like that,
Oh, that's
Is
right.
it, is it gang affiliated?
Packers and
I think so.
and they can't wear green. But I'm about to say Brazil. Oh, I guess they're talking about. Oh yeah, for the fans. For the fans.
Those
Twitter-
fans are crazy for soccer, so I can
Oh yeah,
only
and
imagine
Brazil.
you bring
Oh,
some
yeah.
football over.
They cra-
Oh
I say,
yeah,
The security's
crazy
going to be
over there. They just
crazy,
bo-
though.
Yeah.
it's gonna have.
Yeah,
to
I was just
be.
saying they just blocked Twitter, known as X now, over in Brazil. They say if you use it, it's gonna be like an $8,000 fine per day. It's like,
Damn.
yeah, they don't want people. They're
Per
trying. I think they
day.
said they're trying to block speech or something over there. I haven't really looked too much into it, but
Mm.
that'll be crazy when they get over there. They can't even report. Are the reporters gonna be able to use Twitter because shit's blocked?
I
Like,
think they'll be able to because they're not part of the country. I don't
yeah.
know. We'll have
They're
to
gonna,
flesh that one out a
I
little
might
bit.
say those are.
Yeah.
they gotta let the media
That's a
members
big
use it. Because,
revenue source.
They do
Mhm.
the international games.
So let's put it on wax, fellas, because I want to keep this at a certain time so we can get it out. Packers, Eagles, put it on wax. D, who you got?
I go
We're
Eagles.
gonna do every team. So
Eagles.
Dre, who you got?
I think I'd like to go with the Eagles too. The Packers, AJ Dillon just went down with the injury, and they got to
Mhm.
rely on Josh Jacobs and stuff now. But I think the Eagles probably are hungry they just faced a lot of adversity towards the end of the season there last year after starting 10-1. But yeah, I think they should get it. It is a different country, though. You never know.
CC, who you putting down on wax?
People are sleeping on Josh Jacobs all day. Eagles, I feel like they're still trying to figure stuff out from last year.
Sirianni, he's gonna be out of there if he keep playing.
I'm gonna say Eagles in a close one. All right, then moving on to Sunday, Tennessee, Chicago. Caleb Williams' first game as a pro.
Mm,
Who you got, D?
Chicago.
C. Dre, my bad.
I got Chicago too.
CC,
Who is it? Chicago and who?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Will
Titans.
Levis.
Tennessee.
C Hop's hurt. Come
Yeah,
on,
you haven't
D-Hop.
really Pollard.
I'm gonna go Chicago. Yeah.
Then we got New England, Cincinnati,
Mayo,
with the
man.
possibility
Mayo.
of
man.
no Jamar Chase. Who you got? New England, Cincinnati.
Even with no wait. Damn. No Jamar Chase.
Still
bro,
got
be
T.
healthy.
Higgins.
He
Mixon
gonna
is
be in his
gone.
feelings.
Yeah,
Mixon is
Running
going.
games in
Got
Houston.
Zach
And it's-
Moss though.
Patriots. Yeah, I'll probably go Bengals.
If Jamar Chase is playing, I got Cincinnati. But if he's not, that could cause some confusion. And Gerard Mayo might have coached up the Patriots.
I can see that for sure.
I'm
I can
just
see him
saying,
pulling off an
he might
upset.
try to call somebody bluff on that one. I think the Patriots might sneak it.
There you go.
I think the Bengals. I think the Patriots are going to tank this year. I don't think they know what they want.
Gerard.
All right, I'm taking the Bengals.
Brisket
Pittsburgh Falcons. Who you got?
You said who?
Pittsburgh ATL.
Man, come on now.
Who you got?
Falcons on wax.
All right.
It's the Artie Smith revenge game.
Exactly. He gets to go home and get booed. Dre, who you got?
Yeah, they already said Russ is starting.
Neither quarterback has looked all that great.
That's why I got Falcons, man. There's no way.
Come on now.
I think Pittsburgh's going to come out with it. I think it's going to be a close one.
They better have Sierra starting.
And they got
you two better be starting.
George Pickens. People are sleeping on him.
I'm going with those dirty birds.
Dirty birds.
Cardinals, Buffalo. Who you got? D.
It's in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go
Marvin Harrison.
His debut.
3 touchdowns.
Putting that on wax for real?
Nah, I don't know. That would be crazy.
In Buffalo.
Make you want to draft them the way you talk like that.
Buffalo doesn't really excite me. I'm going to just go off card. I'm going to go Arizona. Kyler Murray.
And it's in Buffalo.
I believe so.
No,
yeah.
I got Buffalo. They gonna be tailgating and stuff. I do think it's gonna be an explosive game by the Cardinals, but no, I think Buffalo gonna be able to sneak that.
Cardinals. I think they're just a good matchup for Buffalo. I think Kyler can do the exact same thing Josh can, just in a little bit different way. I think Cardinals can take them.
I can't really remember how their defense was playing last year.
They had those upset wins against the Cowboys, and they beat the Eagles.
You got to remember too, Buffalo's offense and defense improved late in the year. They could have actually beat the Chiefs. Yeah, I'm going with Buffalo in this one. Houston, Indianapolis. Who you got?
Good matchup. I'm gonna go. They be boosting in Houston.
Okay.
All right, Drake.
And that's in Houston, you said?
Paul Wall gonna be there?
That's in Indy, but
that's in Indy. Okay.
Oh damn.
If that's in Indy, I think I'm gonna go with Anthony Richardson and Michael Pittman Jr. over there. I think they'll be able to.
Oh,
you're crazy one.
That's gonna be a real good game, though.
It is
gonna
good.
Catches the ball through anything.
Michael
He get cracking. He get back up. He like, damn, he just got hit.
Wasn't that a playoff game, or didn't it came down to the wire?
It was
last
year. Whoever won in it.
That was a good game.
Was that the wild card game, or was that the first round playoffs?
I think it was wild card.
Dre, who'd you go? Who you got, CC?
Houston. We're going Houston. It's gonna be close, man, but I think Houston.
It's gonna be
I'm going Texans as well.
Nico definitely got him right.
Is Richardson healthy? I don't even know if Anthony Richardson is healthy.
I think it's going to be a great game. I just think CJ don't flinch. When it comes down to the wire, he don't flinch.
I'm going Houston as well.
And that receiver locker room is looking pretty nice.
Crazy.
Jacksonville, Miami. D. Let's pick up the pace a little bit, fellas.
Miami.
Drake.
I'm going to take Miami too.
C.
Better be Miami.
Right. Just gave Tua all that money.
Yeah.
M-I-A-M-I, baby. So I got Miami. Carolina Saints. I already know who Cece's going with. D, who you got? Who you got, D? Carolina Saints.
I'm going to go Saints.
Dre.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Saints too.
See?
Yeah, that'll be good.
No doubter.
For us.
Saints. I got the Saints as well. It's a clean sweep. Minnesota Vikings, New York Giants, C or D. Who you got? D, who you got?
I'll probably have to go Giants. Who's starting for Vikings?
Sam Darnold. Excuse me.
Damn.
I want to say, is Tommy DeVito playing? That's what you really need to find out.
I don't know. This one, I really don't care. I'll go Giants.
Dre?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Vikings on this one. Big game by Justin Jefferson.
Is Addison?
I think Addison was injured too. I don't know if he's back.
I think he's still injured. CC, who you got in this one?
I'm going to go Giants.
I'm going Giants as well. The Vegas Raiders against the LA Chargers. Who you got, D?
I'll go
Raiders. Okay.
Go Raiders.
All right.
Gardner Minshew at the helm. I think I'm going to go Raiders too. I feel like Jim Harbaugh has a lot of hype behind him right now, but I don't know if they're going to be coming out swinging and firing off like they thought.
I'm going Chargers too. Harbaugh's going to have that ground and pound, and Herbert's going to have a good game. I'm going Chargers. D, you got the Broncos and the Seahawks. Who you got?
I'll go Seahawks.
I think they said Bo Nix got the starting job versus Geno Smith. I'm gonna say Denver. They look pretty good.
So you got the Broncos?
Yeah, I got the Broncos. You got to start looking at who's playing. This
Denver and the
like,
Seahawks, you said? I think
Yeah,
they're
I'm
slept
taking
on.
Seahawks as well.
And
They
jigged
got
up.
Dak, those Cowboys against Cleveland. I think this would be a good ball game. Dallas Cowboys, Cleveland Browns. Who you got, D?
Man, I see. The thing is, I don't really. Who knows where? I think Cowboys should win, but Brown.
They had a good defense. I think
got
they
a
had
good
the
defense,
number
and if
one
you really-
defense.
I go Cowboys, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns win.
Dre.
I don't believe in Watson for real. Yeah. I
I'm
gotta
gonna
see
go.
it.
I'm gonna go Cowboys because I think they're hungry. There's a lot of speculation coming around the team just with all the contract issues and stuff. I feel like Deshaun Watson, he might still be a little bumped up. I do what Jameis Winston's been doing with all the
He's
pump
hilarious.
up stuff in the huddle before the games. But Cowboys though.
Cowboys, all right. CC?
Them boys.
Yep, me
The
as
B.
well. How about them Cowboys? Then we got Commanders against Dre's Tampa Bay Bucks. D, who you
Ooh.
got?
That's a good
Jayden
matchup
Daniels.
right there.
I think it's a real good matchup.
That's gonna be a real good matchup. It's in Tampa. I'll go Tampa.
Dre?
Yep, definitely got Tampa.
CC?
I just want y'all to lose.
Yeah,
I don't want y'all to win.
I'm thinking Jayden Daniels is going to have a nice debut. So, Dre, I'm sorry, but I got to take the Commanders in this one. And then Rams, Lions. In the night game, you got Rams and Lions. So after all that good football, you wrap it up with Rams and Lions. D, who you got?
That's pretty good.
Another
That is a good nightcap.
that was a playoff rematch from this past year. That was a close game. Same storyline.
Missing one guy though. Didn't he retire?
Oh, yeah,
Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I forgot about that.
He's not there.
Gibbs is going to be out too, ain't he?
Damn, Gibbs.
Dre, who you got?
I'm going to go Detroit. Detroit. But
Man,
I can't cancel out the Rams.
I think Matthew Stafford, just because his wife, she was on a podcast like a month ago saying how she wanted to go for the backup or something. So I think Matthew Stafford's going to come out.
Damn, she going for the backup?
Yeah,
this was the backup in college.
This is when they were at Georgia.
Who was the backup? I couldn't remember who the backup was.
He's like the NCAA coach now.
CC, who you got? Rams, Lions.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going Lions. When Jared Goff don't have pressure, he's great. You ain't got Aaron Donald, so I think they can do it.
I'm going Lions as well. And to wrap up week 1 and to put a wrap up on this podcast, Jets, Niners in that Monday night game. The return of Aaron Rodgers. D, who you got?
I got Niners. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt in the second quarter. Do the Niners. I got Niners.
Ray, who you got?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, see, I just don't know. Like you said, I think Breece Hall might be explosive. You never know, but yeah, I think
is he playing Trent Williams?
Who? I don't think he signed yet. If he's not in there, that's gonna be a tough task.
They're gonna bring some pressure, but
I just think they'll dump the ball off to Debo and the flat.
CMC.
Kittle. Yeah.
That Jets line's horrible, man. I got
better
Niners.
have 300 yards.
For real.
So who you say?
Who'd you say, Drew?
I got Niners. That Jets line is not that great.
CC.
Yeah, I think it'll be Niners, but I think it'll still be a statement game for the Jets. I think it'll be a close one.
How strong Aaron Rodgers is if he comes out throwing a lot of
picks. I'd like
to
see him have a decent game.
It'll be
a great game.
I got Niners.
I got Niners. He's slinging it. All right, fellas. Great first edition preview to the 2024 season.
Go.
Absolutely.
Good to have you all back. We will be here each and every week.
Glad to be back.
Typically, this will come out on Wednesdays. And great lineup, great opening week, and everybody enjoy.
Absolutely.
Can't wait.